Today I'm going to show you how to turn this into this and how to get the most nutrients out of it to protect us from cancer and a host of other problems by using Dr. Greger's hack and hold technique. Tune in, subscribe. You're not going to want to miss this one. Welcome back to Whole Food Plant People. Today we're going to discuss the what, how, and why about cruciferous vegetables. What are cruciferous vegetables? How should we be preparing them, and why? If you're like me, you've been taking your broccoli and your cauliflower and throwing it in the steamer or into a pot and assuming that it's really good for you. So what we learned from Dr. Greger at nutritionfacts.org is that when we cook our cruciferous vegetables whole before chopping or chewing them, we actually kill an enzyme that makes all of these health benefits possible. This morning, my beautiful wife Annie chopped this amazing bowl of cruciferous vegetables. After we researched more about Dr. Greger's hack and hold technique, which says when chopping cruciferous vegetables 40 minutes before cooking, we maintain and retain the enzyme which gives us health benefits such as protecting against cancer, protecting our eyes and our brains. I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to refer you to the doctor's eye research. Please consult your own preferred medical professional before changing your diet, your medicine, or your lifestyle. Personally, I've gotten off of my medicine by changing my diet and lifestyle. I hope this video helps. Firstly, what is a cruciferous vegetable? It's a vegetable that has a four-petaled flower, a cross, or a crucifer. Examples of cruciferous vegetables include cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, kale, collard greens, mustard greens. There's a whole bunch of them, arugula, and they're all delicious, and when prepared properly, they provide us with many health benefits.
Yeah. Might as well eat these greens, huh?
Mm-hmm. Jane Esselstyn says, even if they're wilty, you can eat them just as good.
Oh, all right. This, it would be good to tell people, when it's raw, it's pretty strong, the flavor. Mm-hmm. When it's cooked, it's really mild. This is where I need that rubber mallet. This bowl has dino kale, bok choy, napa cabbage, a little bit of cauliflower greens. The bowl has purple cabbage and yellow cauliflower.
They look beautiful.
Yeah, going to be yummy.
But here's what happens. When we cook a whole cruciferous vegetable, we're killing the enzyme, myrosinase, that is responsible for creating sulforaphane, which is in turn responsible for protecting our brains, protecting us from eye damage and cancer, as well as a host of other problems. So Dr. Greger recommends the hack and hold technique, which means instead of just buying the broccoli and coming home and throwing it into the steamer in a big whole head, what we do is we chop it 40 minutes ahead of time, or we eat it raw. The myrosinase takes 40 minutes to create sulforaphane, and the sulforaphane can survive the cooking process. Myrosinase cannot. So what we need to do is allow the myrosinase 40 minutes after chopping to make the sulforaphane before we cook it. That's why eating the broccoli or the cauliflower raw is just fine, because we chew it and the 40-minute clock starts as the broccoli or cauliflower or collard greens sit in our stomach. and then it has 40 minutes from there to make sulforaphane, which our bodies use to protect ourselves.
I grossly underestimated how long those farm vegetables would last us. This huge pot of food has black rice and a bunch of vegetables, and it only took maybe a third.
Today we learned the what, how, and why about cruciferous vegetables, what cruciferous vegetables are, how to prepare them, and why it's so important to do so. Thanks for watching Whole Food Plant People.